Raise your hand if you have been inside of an airport and struggled to find private places for you to sleep or do work. Hi, we're ComfyPod, delivering a sleek and modern solution to one of the biggest problems in the airport industry. What's that problem, you ask? Good question. People struggle to find private places to do work or sleep inside of airports. Airports is just extremely too crowded. In this picture above, do you see anywhere you would sleep or do work? No, I don't either. And I bet in this picture, everybody has one thing in common. They wish they had a singular place that they can go out and do work. Well, they aren't alone. In 2019, British Airways conducted a research, interviewing 100,000 people, and sleeping pods came out first in the most wanted list. Well, what is ComfyPod? ComfyPod is an early-stage luxury travel service, providing flyers with a compartment capable of holding 2 suitcases and a carry-on, alarm features, massage features, a stowaway desk so work can be completed at your convenience, a stowaway desk, light LED services, UV cleaning, air vents and climate control, USB plus USB-C ports. Using ComfyPod's minimal viable product features, which is very basic, Metro Naps offers none of them, and that's an issue. Go Sleep only offers storage, which is big enough for one singular carry-on. Here are our competitors, Metro Naps and Go Sleep. They leave you vulnerable to the public. You have to leave your luggages to the side, and I wouldn't trust that, especially nowadays in airports. But our product, you have all your luggages and storage locked away safe, so you wouldn't have to worry about that while you're in your pod. And you are safe and comfortable in a soundproofed environment. We actually care about your serenity. Our market size is extremely huge. We have 12 million flyers. And out of those 12 million, 1.4 million are business class flyers. And business class flyers are extremely important to us, as they are known to spend 2 times the amount on their comfort. Next is layovers. Layovers are about 2 to 14 hours on average. When I had spoke to owners Crutchins & Gra, a consulting agency for airports, they said business class flyers are in desperate need of privacy during extended layovers, and we're here to fix that. ComfyPod's beachhead is extremely unique. We have a 2-sided market. We would do direct sales towards airports and business class flyers for advertising. To market, we would do automated emailing, social media, and we would reach out to major international hub airports, terminal managers. For our channels, we have websites, sales representatives, marketing managers, and PR events. Next, for our strategy, we will release 3 pods into 3 major international hub airports. For our business model, we will rent 3 to 5 units out to airports and sky lounges, allowing them to keep 100% of the sales they make. We would charge monthly fees of $25,000. This would include maintenance fees, monthly cleanings, and on-call services. Airports are free to choose the price, but we would suggest $35 an hour for best results. To make each pod would be about $40,000, and to start up our business, it would be about $10,000. For marketing events, $5,000 a year. Personnel, including maintenance men, cleaning services, sales representatives, and marketing managers, would be about $250 a year. For our insurance, it would be about $4,140 a year. For licenses, it would be about $9,710 a year. Web hosting would be about $10,400 a year, and websites would be about $3,000 a year to keep up and running. We're asking for $700,000, and this would include $4,000 to launch 9 pods into several different airports. With this money, you are part of a team who is changing one of the biggest issues in the airports. Let's have a flashback. Everybody remember the tragic Southwest shutdown in 2022. Over 3,000 flights were canceled on the first day alone, and over 2,500 on the next few days. That's over 60% of its schedule. And flyers felt as if nothing was being done. And this is why ComfyPod is needed, to give flyers a sense of comfort, a sense of we care during times such as layovers, delays, and cancellations. This is our team. I'm Bakari Johnson, the founder of ComfyPod, and this is my amazing mentor, Andrew Romanier. And this is our ad. questions? Thank you.
Good work. So how did you come up with the $25,000 a month rental price point? And how would an airport think about the economics of that?
So what I did, I just halved the price of it to make a chair, and that's what I figured I would charge. And I think it includes several services. And when I had spoke to owners, Conscious and Gra, Mr. Gra told me that he thinks that is a reasonable price as airports are every day looking for innovative ways to bring more clientele towards them instead of other airports.
How much do the competitors charge per month? I mean, not for the product, but like to use it an hour.
For an hour, it is about $25 for Go Sleep and around $20 for Metro Naps.
Got it. Okay.
So you mentioned a ton of features of the ComfyPod. As you talked to the consultant and did the research, which of those features you think is that the MVP, all of the features, or would you do it in phases? And which of those features do you think would be the most important to your customers?
I think a compartment, first of all, would be very important. Alarm features would be important. LED lighting and the stowaway desk, I feel like those are the most important features in ComfyPod because it makes ComfyPod what it really is. And to solve those problems, I would need that. But the features that I had listed, it would not be the MVP of it. The features I just stated would be the MVP. So I haven't thought about doing it in phases, but I do think that that would be a very good idea. Thank you.
How do you think about which airports to target, and where did you come up with doing three pods per airport, and how do you think about that, doing three in three different airports versus 9 in one airport and things like that?
It's not airports aren't limited. I think to start off, it would be best to only do 3 pods in 3 different airports in different states, because I think that results from that. I don't want to release too many and it not do as good as I expected it to do. So releasing a few at a time in stages would be best, because I know what states brings in most revenue and what states are not so fond of it.
How do you plan to get customer feedback, not from the airport, but from like the end users?
I haven't thought of that. Thank you.
You talked about advertising as a potential revenue source. Can you talk a little bit more about that? You mentioned advertising up there as either a revenue opportunity for you, or
it was for Beachhead. I said advertising towards flyers in general, because for airports to see that ComfyPod is worth it, I would need to bring flyers towards them. And I think advertising towards them would be a good way to bring them to try ComfyPod and tell airports that we're it and see that it's positive. So airports will come back to ComfyPod and eventually rent more pods.
Yeah, I think getting maybe the airlines involved in somehow to either subsidize the costs would be helpful, because based off of your cost right now, $25,000, you'd probably need full utilization for an airport to even get their money back in the month at $25 an hour, which that's not feasible. It's not going to be used all the time. So either you have to lower the price to make it more affordable for the airport, or subsidize that cost somehow.
Like I said, airports are free to choose the prices that they come up with. $35 an hour is just a suggestion, but airports are really free to make because they keep 100% of sales.
If you had more pods at an airport and you're trying to capture business class flyers, could you possibly partner with the airport lounges that are starting to get notoriously overbooked? Like, would American Airlines want 9 pods? So if there's some spillover more people? Like, do you think that that's a possibility?
I think that's very, very possible to do, especially because they're getting more overbooked. I think that having comfy pods and sky lounges would be good too as well. Thank you.
Let's give it up for Bakari and ComfyPod.